Welcome back to this is Steven from VggRC here, and today it's the first time on my channel I'm doing a custom ordered build. Of course I didn't have the parts, but he wanted me to come with a full list of specific requirements for gaming. His name is Philip J, and he wanted to play a game on high setting. Not I always have to say ultra, but high settings, and a minimum of 30 to 60 frames. And his must-have was it must have Intel CPU. It must have more than 8 GB of RAM, and you must have SSD for boot drive and game storage. So, the list I came up with is focused on gaming. It's not good for heavily multi-threaded work, but specifically for high performance gaming and all those stuff. So, here we go. First of all, we have Intel Core i5 4690K processor coming in at $250, and this is one of the best core for gaming out there. That is pretty in decent price. First of all, its base speed is 3.5 GHz quad core processor, and it goes turbo to 3.9 GHz, and it is overclockable to 4.4 GHz. That is amazing amount, and it is a Devil's Canyon, the fourth generation of Haswell Refresh Devil's Canyon. So it has it takes less energy and is more highly overclockable and more capacity that allows you to go even crazier. Now the price may change, and the price I got here, some people say it's bullcrap, but right now in Newegg there is a promo and all the codes and all the discounts. It is total up $250. It's not expensive, it's not cheap for this CPU, but it is quite a good price for to buy. So yeah. For CPU cooler, since he's not gonna overclock it all the way and he's not gonna do all the heavily multi-threaded work with this, I could go a little cheaper but quiet CPU cooler. We have Cooler Masters Hyper 212 Evo 82.9 CFM sleeve bearing CPU cooler coming at $36, and it isn't. Okay, I'll admit it. It's not the best cooler out there at this price. But the thing is, the reason I chose this cooler is, first of all, yes, a lot of people like this cooler. First of all, because its efficiency, its quietness. It is very quiet considering it's a massive stock cooler, and it is quite effective since considering its price. That's about it for this cooler, and let's go to motherboard. For motherboard, we have Gigabyte's GA Z97X UD5H ATX LG1150 motherboard coming in $170, and this is Gigabyte's one of the top end motherboard, which has 4 RAM slots that supports a 32 GB of RAM. It is Z97, which means it supports Haswell Refresh Devil's Canyon chipset, and it supports up to 3 SLI or Crossfire graphic card. And this motherboard has built-in 7.1 surround sound system, which is good for gaming. But although not a lot of games are optimized for that specific program, but although it's very durable, and it's gonna last you a couple of years before you have to change it and max it out. Okay, for memory, I had choices. Since the budget was less than $1,100, since I went with a little cheap CPU cooler and a little decent motherboard with a good CPU, I went with 8 GB. It's not my personal likeness, but well, since 16 GB is too overkill for gaming, because 16 GB is usually for heavily multi-threaded work like a 3D rendering or video rendering. Since he's not gonna do that, I came up with 2x4 GB G.Skills Trident X series DDR3 2400 MHz memory coming in at $96. Now, it is really cheap for this type of memory. It's 2400 MHz. That means it's very fast. You can overclock this RAM to 2800 MHz, I believe, if you just go tweak a little bit. So it's amazing, and it's really super fast. So it's amazing for gaming. It's optimized for very intense game or FPS gaming. Now, for storage, since the budget is it's not that much for SSD, so I had to come with 2 solutions. It's either have a one small amount of SSD, or even second one is have even smaller amount of SSD and one hard drive for massive backup or any kind of other stuff you want to use. So I came up with the Samsung's 840 Pro Series 2 128GB of 2.5-inch SSD for boot drive, which is coming in $120. And in this drive, you'll be able to install your OS, your games, and your all the stuff. And for secondary drive, we have Western Digital's Caviar Blue 1TB 3.5-inch 7200 RPM internal hard drive, coming in $60. Now this is a terabyte of SSD of hard drive, so you can store like your bulk of your junks, maybe your file, your study, maybe your other stuff. So it's good. First of all, there's another reason I chose this hard drive. This Full J is not gonna record videos or anything that require fast hard drive except for gaming and OS. So hard drive is good for a lot of people. Use SSD and hard drive combination because first of all, SSD is good for booting and all the games, but hard drive is good for like a saving and other bulk of junks and stuff, you know. So as I came up with this, and it's pretty good combination, I say. And it's Samsung's 840 Pro series, means it's lightning fast. It's faster than the 840 Evo. Okay, for a video card, I didn't have that much budget to go with a good, amazing video card, but I still come up with a little, quite effective graphic card. We have EVGA's GeForce GTX 750 Ti, 2GB of super clocked video card, coming in at $160. Now, you'll say, whoa, that's really cheap. Now, I'll say, no, it's a regular price. Since there's a Titan Z and like GTX 780 Ti, 780, all this stuff that's like $600. Since all the new graphic card coming in AMD and Nvidia, they had to lower the price in the older products, which is like a 750 Ti, which is equivalent to 660, GTX 660, but a little more optimized for DirectX 11, I believe. It's good. It's 2GB. You have enough frame buffer for a lot of games for maybe mid to high settings, maybe 30 to 60 frame max, but only in 1080p. If you go to 2K or 4K, this card can't handle that. That's the truth. Okay, for case, this build, he wanted to specifically have not compact, but not too big. So I came up with Corsair's Vengeance C70 white colored ATX mid-tower case, coming in at $135. And this case looks so sexy. It's designed for like a military theme, so it looks like a very cool and complicated and all this stuff. And you also have two handles on top for LAN party or some kind of easy transportation. So the mid tower, it's not big, it's not small, it's not compact, it's perfect size for what you wanted. For power supply, we have Corsair's Builder 500 watts 80 plus bronze certified ATX power supply, coming in $65. Now, it is really cheap price, I know. In New York, Canada, there's a $20 mail-in rebate, so it's really cheap right now. It used to be $75, but it's $65. Of course, there's a shipping fee, like $10 and stuff, so it's good. It's 500 watts, which is plenty for this build since she's not gonna overclock all the time and not all the way to max. And it is 80 plus bronze certified. It's not the most best and amazing power supply you can get in this price, but since it's Corsairs and their power supplies are known to be very sturdy and very last long, since the power supply is one of the thing that breaks early, it breaks fast and gets broken easily. But this has, I believe, 1 year warranty, and it has all the specifications that it's not gonna break in less than 2 or 3 years. So I can go with this power supply, and it'll last you at least a couple of years, unless you're gonna get like an i7 and like more graphic card and stuff. For optical drive, up to this power supply, I already maxed out almost all of our budget, so I had to go with really cheap optical drive. It's a Lite-On IHAS 124-04 DVD-CD writer, coming in $20. It's really cheap for optical drive. It's one of the common people use a lot. It's not the greatest, it's not the fastest, but it's just one of the regular cheap classic optical that people uses, so that's about it. So in total, the base total is $1,120, which is a little over budget. But with the promo discounts, mail-in rebates, and including the shipping from our current state right now, is total of $1,110. That's pretty good. It's only like a $10 above budget, including everything, tax, shipping, everything. So it's fine. He can afford it, and that's about it. So overall, I believe the I'm not gonna do benchmark because I don't have the system with me, but I'm gonna guess that for benchmark, if you're overclocking to maybe 20 to 30%, I'm guessing it's gonna get amazing in gaming or those parts. Maybe all the what should I call it? The program requires like a high CPU clock speed will get good ones but for like a 3D rendering, animation and stuff, it's gonna get a little low because the graphic card is not good enough, and it's in a CPU does not support hyper-threading like i7. So this wraps it up. This about it. Sorry guys, I'm just all getting mixed up right now. This is about it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys liked it, leave a like. If you guys didn't like it, dislike it. And make sure to subscribe for more contents. If you want me to build a specific build for you, make sure to leave in comment or email me. You guys know my email from my previous videos and stuff, so make sure to do that. And I also offer service to people who does not able to build computer themselves. I build it for you guys for really cheap price. So if you want that, make sure to email me or leave a comment also. And I'll see you guys later in the next episode. And that's about it. Anyway, this is Steven from VggRC, and peace out.